Let's take a trip down memory lane. This is a conversation I wish I had with myself when I was 18 years old, deciding whether to go to university or not. Today's episode will be about university. Should you go or should you not? I'll be discussing the advantages and I'll also be discussing the disadvantages. Why should you and why shouldn't you? And then I'll be sharing the possible alternatives and the different opportunities there are out there apart from the traditional university route. So good morning. I'm on campus, or going to be in campus in a second for uni. Part of my apprenticeship, I also study at university and I'm in my final year. But today we got a lecture this morning, but today will be a good day. I'm calling it now. Should you go to university or not? For me, the answer does depend on a few factors. My name is Bolu Alawe.
Because at the end of the day, we're all on the same team, but we all play like different positions, different roles. And when you speak to other people within a company, you kind of understand, okay, this is how I fit in, this is how they fit in, and this is how we work together to accomplish a common goal. Second thing is always be learning, always be willing to learn. There's no such thing as I know it all. There's no such thing as too much information.
So this is a bit of a controversial topic. Do you go to university or not? Now, for me, my personal experience, I did go to university. However, I believe there is a way to do it correctly. Now, when I was at university the first time, because I was at university when I left school at 18, left sixth form, I then went to a university called Aston, which is in Birmingham. Now, I was studying electrical engineering, and I was doing that course for 2 years until I decided that I no longer want to do this, and I dropped out of university to find another opportunity. I loved living in Birmingham. I loved the people I was around. I had great, amazing people around me, great friends. So why did I decide to leave? Because it just didn't align with the long-term goal and the long-term vision. Alright, so what are the main benefits? The big one and the obvious one is a university degree. You get a degree from going to university, which in the job market technically makes you more employable. It makes you a more desirable employee because it shows you have qualifications and you've got education. One thing that probably stands out the most having a degree, it just shows that you can do something and you can stick it out and you can get it done. I think that is a key thing when it comes to having a degree. You're actually qualified. Let's not just disregard university completely. University proves that you've achieved something. And obviously there are different rankings in the UK, there are Russell groups. And getting a university degree from a Russell group uni holds more weight. And yes, it's kind of that tick box to say this person is educated, this person is qualified. I'm from Nigeria, my parents are from Nigeria, and I know what they've done in order for them to have the opportunity to have a university degree and for them to have their children have a university degree. A university degree can make life much easier. Let's not deny the fact. Now that's when we're talking about education, right? Educational qualifications. It gives you that kind of stamp of approval, so people know in the job marketplace that you are a viable option. But let's talk about the social aspect of it, the social side of uni, because that is also a benefit. So here are two more benefits of going to university, and this is from a social perspective. However, it only counts if you actually live on campus. The first one is personal development. When you first move out of your parents' house, then you learn how to fend for yourself. You learn how to become an adult and you have a lot more responsibilities. The second one is the people. Some of my closest friends are people who I met at university. This is really, really important for a young person's development as well. Now, what are the key disadvantages? We've got to look at student debt as the number one killer. Like, the debt that you rack up doesn't really make sense at all, especially if you don't even get a job related to the degree that you've done, or you get a job that doesn't require the degree you have. What's the point getting into all that debt and putting yourself in that position? And to be completely honest, another thing, or the second thing, is time. Time is a resource that you can never get back. You can get so many other resources back, but time is a resource you can't get back. If you are doing the wrong course, if you are studying the wrong thing that is not going to help you in the long term, you are wasting a valuable resource that you will never ever get back: time. University gives you the theory, the theoretical knowledge that you require, but university doesn't give you the technical skills and the experience that is actually valuable within the workplace. Your experiences will take you much further than just understanding the knowledge, just understanding the theory. And to be honest, that's all uni can provide you to a certain extent. University will give you the theory, but university will not give you the experience and the practical sides of things. Also, university doesn't guarantee you a job. Because you get a university degree, it doesn't mean at the end of that degree, someone's going to give you a job. It's not guaranteed. It's not guaranteed. You can go to university and then struggle to find a job afterwards. This is a very, very common thing. So now, like anything, there are pros and there are also cons. There are positives and there are disadvantages to university, just like anything else. And I had to learn through my own personal experiences what those positives were and what those negatives were and how they apply to me and my life. But this is going to be different for everyone. And the reason I went to uni in the first place is because everyone else was going to uni. And I thought I had to too. And I studied a course that I didn't really know too much about. I didn't do enough research on the course. If I did do that research, I would have understood that this doesn't align with my values. This doesn't align with what I want to do in the future. Whereas I thought it did. It only meant 2 years down the line that I wouldn't be happy with what I'm doing, I wouldn't be happy with what I'm learning, and I would have dropped out. So it's very important to do your research if you are going to go to uni. What course am I going to do? But more importantly, why am I going to do this course? Am I just going because everyone else is going? Am I just going because the teachers are telling me to go? Am I just going because my parents are telling me to go and it's the social norm? If those are the reasons why you're going to university, think again and then really decide on why am I going to go to university? What is the actual benefit and what am I going to gain? Will it take me one step closer to where I want to be? If the answer to that is yes, then go ahead. If the answer to that is no, let me give you a couple alternatives. Now, in my opinion, there are really only two good alternatives to university. Now, I'm going to be a little bit biased, but apprenticeships. Apprenticeships is a great way to get the experience that university won't give you. From my personal experience, I've been able to learn things I just wouldn't have learned at university. I can do a direct comparison. When I was at university, there's just things I didn't learn. In the sense that there's things I learned at uni that I haven't learned on this job. But the main thing is experience for me. Getting that experience, apprenticeship will give you that. Now, the second thing you can just do is just get straight into working. Just get straight into work. Again, the experience is what is really going to take you to that next level. And it's this experience you can't compete against. So either do an apprenticeship or either get straight to work. Learn how the world really works. University is a bit of a bubble. And in that bubble, you're limited to what's inside of that bubble and you don't really see the bigger picture. When you come out here into the real world, that's where you really learn how it works. And that is what you need to succeed, not just in business, in work, in the corporate world, but in life, man. You really need to understand how it works, understand how people work outside of that university bubble. And that's why I'm always going to recommend finding a way to get experience, whether that's through an apprenticeship or just getting straight to it and getting straight to work when you finish your A-levels. Now to conclude, and to kind of wrap up this video and to kind of come to a conclusion, what I want to make very clear is that there's no right or wrong answer to this question, do you go to university or not? It really depends from case to case, scenario to scenario, person to person. This is not a one-size-fits-all solution. People will need to go to university. If you want to be a medical doctor, going to university is probably better than doing an apprenticeship. If you want to be a surgeon, I know me personally that I'm going to want someone who's got many, many years of education, who's got a university degree, who's going to be performing surgery. Now, if you want to do law, I mean, now there's opportunities in law to do apprenticeships too, but something as textbook as law, most likely university, probably the better option. I don't know too much about the law apprenticeship, so I can't comment on that. But it really depends. It depends on person to person. What worked for me was actually the combination of doing a degree and an apprenticeship. And I'm doing a degree apprenticeship right now, but to be honest, I don't think that if I didn't go to uni for the 2 years that I did go to uni, I wouldn't be doing as well as I am now in my degree apprenticeship, because some of the skills I learned from university are some of the skills I've transferred over to my apprenticeship. It's important to learn from experiences. If you want to take anything away from this video, it's experiences, whether that's experiences through university, whether that's through experience through working on a job. Experience is really what's going to make you, you. That's what you really need to kind of make your life yours. You need those experiences, to be honest. And then you need to take those same experiences and then find a way to adapt it to new situations. So for example, me personally, I'm trying to get into property. I'm trying to become a property developer outside of the normal 9-to-5 job. And the things I learn at work are things that I can apply in my business as well. Just get the right experiences that are gonna align with the long-term vision. If you know you wanna be here one day, there's no point doing something that's gonna take you in the other direction for the sake of just doing it. So that is the end of the video. I hope it was helpful. My name is Bolu Alawaye and I have 0 limitations.